visibility. Visibility is absolutely necessary in your business, right? There's no point being the best kept secret. And the clients that I work with learn this for sure. But it's always a struggle, like visibility, it's fraught with so many things. And there's two things that I see over and over and over and over again. Time and time again I see this, and it pains me. So I think it's time to talk about it. I do have a visibility challenge coming soon that I'm going to invite you all to. It's going to be free, so don't worry. I'm going to share it with you 100% because we really need this, right? Like, as women here to change the world, and I don't take this lightly, right? I work with massive people here to do massive things in the world, right? I only end up working with women that are really here to change the world. But so often we tell ourselves that we're not actually here to change the world, and it couldn't possibly be little old us, but it actually is. Because honestly, if not you, then who? Right? So it is up to us to work on visibility and get ourselves out there, because you can be doing the most amazing work in the world. And you might be doing that already. You might be working one-on-one. You might be swapping time for money. It all gets overwhelming because you think, gosh, I want to double my income, but I can't possibly do double the work. Of course you can't. Because it's not about working harder. It's about working from soul and restructuring so that you can reach more people. Because at the end of the day, right, that is what you're here to do, is to reach more people and change the world. Making the money is just kind of a byproduct. Now, I love money, don't get me wrong, and I want you to love money as well. But money is not the end goal for us. It's not. The money's just a really nice kind of side thing. So it really is all about getting out there and changing the world. And in order to do that, you have to be willing to be visible. Now, these are the two things that I see. I see people putting on a visibility cloak for reasons other than their business, right? But the way that you do one thing changes everything. So we'll talk about that in a minute. And also, we get told to sit down and shut up. How many times in your childhood, like for us talkers, right? Like the ones that love to talk, how many times were you told to sit down and shut up? How many times were you told to not show off? How many times were you told that it's not all about you? And it's not all about us, right? But that's what we think. I once coached a client who, once she nailed this, she was just off and flying. Like, she had so many clients, she didn't know what to do with them, right? But in the beginning, she couldn't do the Facebook Lives because she was like, oh, I just feel like I'm talking about myself. But when I managed to change the mindset for her, when I managed to turn it around and help her to see that even though she was talking about herself, it wasn't for her. She was talking about herself and her experiences. That's a whole other live that I'm going to do in a second, I think, because it needs to be talked about as well, experience versus kind of male method marketing. So when she was thinking that it was about her and she's just talking about herself and her business and, selling, she couldn't do it. She couldn't make herself do it. But when she realized that actually when she turned up and talked about her experiences, that other people would get it and they'd be like, oh my God, yes, please, can I work with you? It became not selling at all. And that's the trick, right? If you are not selling, you are not serving. That's the bold-faced truth of it. Write that down. If you are not selling, you are not serving. It's really bloody simple, right? You need to be selling in order to be serving. In fact, I wish the word selling would just leave altogether, right? You actually are serving. Because if you're not getting your goods out there into the world, actually you're not getting to make any difference. So with our visibility cloak, right, we put on an invisibility cloak because we don't want to be seen to be showing off. We're kind of trying to protect ourselves. So I did this training this morning where we really talked about this in great detail, and I really wanted to share with you that when we shield ourselves from the negativity, or we perceive it as negativity, right? Personally, I believe that everything that happens in life happens for us. Even the terrible things that have happened to me have happened for me, right? It changes the way you view things. But when we shield to stop the negative things coming in, we're also shielding to stop the good things coming in. So we might be asking for the money, we might be asking for the client, we might be doing the mindset, we might be doing the sales, but if you have the shield around you so that you can't have all the ick stuff come in that you don't want, then you're also stopping the good stuff from coming in. The truth is, when you want to receive, like fully and properly, magically receive, you have to be willing to receive everything that is coming. Now, you don't have to let it land, right? You can take a negative comment and let it pass through your body and out the other side. Doesn't mean you need to hang on to it, but you need to be willing to let it come, because you're not going to die when you get like a troll on Facebook, right? You're just going to be like, oh, gee, they're stuck in that place, right? Like you feel sorry for them. It doesn't need to stick with you. So have a think in your life, where are you protecting yourself from things coming in? And how is that actually affecting your sales and your marketing and your client building and your serving in your business? Okay, the second thing is being not willing to share ourselves. We don't want to get out there and talk, right? Especially on Facebook. We're like, nobody's going to listen. I've even had a troll on Facebook that did that. No one's listening to you, bitch. Why are you talking? And it kind of threw me for about 2 seconds. And then I was like, oh, it's kind of funny, really, right? Like it doesn't matter if anyone is listening or not. The point is that you are sharing your message with the world, and your message is important, darling. If you are in this space, you are here to change the world. Can you just accept that? Just let that land inside your body. If you are in this space, it's because you are here to change the world in some way. That might be through a service you offer. It might be through products you offer. It might be through the messages that you share. And the money will come when you're operating from your soul. So it is our job to get out there and get visible. Watch the space for the freebie visibility that I have coming up. I think I'm actually going to do a webinar. I love doing the webinars because I can interact with you guys that way. If you're keen to hear more about the webinar, then plop your little name down below and I'll make sure that I inform you when it's about to happen or where you can sign up for it. Have a fabulous day forward, and remember, together we shall rise.